You know what? The delayed disciple always says this. This is the acid test. Are you a delayed disciple? When it comes to the clear, powerful, unconditional call of Christ on your life, if you ever find yourself saying, and if I ever find myself saying, yes, but let me first. But let me first, ... Then, once I do that, I will really follow you. Yes, I'll follow you, but I'll really follow you then. Some people, you hear young people say, when I live in a hostile home, I've not got believing parents. It's difficult at home. You've got no idea what it's like. When I get out of home, I'll really follow Jesus. I'll get baptized. I'll be a fair income follower of Jesus. Others say, when I finish my HSC, but let me first finish my HSC because, the HSC is really important and it consumes me. And if I don't get that right, I won't have the initial stepping stone to a great life. And so let me first finish my HSC, then I'm going to be a red-hot disciple. Then you hear people saying, let me first finish my degree. Yeah, I've got the HSC in place, granted, and I'm out of home, but I need to really get that degree happening. And once I get my degree, I'll have my career path mapped out. I've got to focus in on my degree. I've really got to focus in and get great marks on my degree. And I will follow Jesus and I'll be full on for him, but I've got to get that done. And we get that done and we say, that's good, but I could really excel here. I'm going to get a master's. I'm going to follow Jesus, but first let me get my master's. First let me get a job. Lord, here I am. I'm highly educated, but without a job. This is no good. A piece of paper on the wall doesn't feed me. I've got to get a job. Lord, I can't even think about following you or doing what you want me to do in this world without a job. Please. And you say, well, here I am. I've got a job and I've got a piece of paper, but I'm lonely. I'm lonely. I'm desperately lonely. Let me first find somebody to get married to. And then after I find somebody to get married to and I marry them, Lord, then together we're just going to be dynamite disciples. Together we're going to merge. Until then, Lord, I'm just distracted with my loneliness. Can't really follow you. I've got to find somebody to follow you with, and that'll be a great day. And then we say, Lord, my spouse needs to be saved, and we're not on the same page. Lord, if you just bring us on the same page, we'll be dynamic disciples. But let me first get that happening. And then young parents say, let me first, Lord, let me get the kids off my hands. Lord, I'm swimming in toddlers. My whole world is moving from mid-thigh down. They're just swimming around like that. The floor is moving. It's like driving a car. I look down and there's 4 on the floor. And, it's incredible. Lord, you've got to make them at least grow up to be human beings. And then they start to grow, and then the parent says, Lord, we've got to get them through school. This is killing us. The wife's got to go back to work. The husband's got to go back to work. We're going to work really hard. We're going to get them through school. And then the parents say, got to get the kids out. So these teenagers, and then the generation sort of just flips over, and then, when the kids get out, we can really serve God. It's been so intense raising children, you can't believe it. Believe me, it is. If you're wondering, it is. You're intense. You cause intenseness, right? Just not from the Lord. That's just a word from me. And so, when the kids get out, Lord, we're just going to follow you. But Lord, I've got to pay attention to the business. Let me first get the business in line. Let me first, now I'm retired. Let me first go around the world and see the wonderful world you made. And when I get back, I'll really follow you. And then I'll follow you. Oh, Lord, but let me first... Now the grandchildren are around my ankles. I thought I was busy just having kids. Now I've got kids and grandkids, and my life is doubly busy. I thought you got double the time when you're retired. You're twice as busy as when you're employed. This is crazy, God. Once the grandchildren are off my hands, I'm going to follow you. Let me first get that happening. And then we say, let me first get over my latest disease and my latest illness, because now I'm a really old person. And I know I'm going to be a follower, but just let me first at least pronounce the disease I've got. It's that long and complicated. How many times do we say to God, but let me first? Let me first bury the dead. What excuse do we offer up to God? Let me first do what? Are you putting your discipleship? Are you a delayed disciple? Jesus calls you tonight to follow him without reserve tonight. No excuses. You can't think of an excuse that's acceptable to God. Delayed disciples. Jesus said, look, let the spiritually dead bury the physical dead. As for you, just get on with the job of being in the kingdom. That's a delayed disciple. Now, I'm not sure if this next guy had been listening into these conversations because he had a heads up things not going too well for the last two conversations. I'm not sure if he was a part of the dialogue. Here's our next person.